Hi David, how are you?
Good.
Okay, today we're here for the written part of the assessment for Work Effectively with Diversity. Um, there's going to be three sections in the assessment, which will be true or false based questions, where you're going to have to identify a statement and tell us if it's true or false. There's going to be a multiple choice scenario where there's going to be a question followed by four options A, B, C, or D. Your job is going to be to circle or write the letter of the answer that you think is correct. Okay? And finally, there's going to be a case study scenario, which you're going to need to read, and it's going to be followed by a couple of questions that you just need to answer yourself, okay? We have adjusted some of the computer and all this kind of stuff just to make sure that everything is okay for you. Are you comfortable with this? Yeah. If you do have any issues with the computer, I have printed off the questions and we can write them in here, and afterwards we can put them up on the computer if the screen is not helping your eyes. Okay. All the questions in these assessments need to be answered for you to be successful in this examination. Okay. But don't worry. Just do everything to the best of your ability. If you get something wrong, don't worry. We can work on that after that. At least we can know where you stand now, and we can move on from there. Okay. Are you ready to begin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there any questions you have before we start?
No.
No? Okay. So the first section is your true or false. So are you happy reading them, or would you like me to read them out for you?
I might need help reading them.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll go through the questions, and then you can write or put on the computer what you think the correct answer is. So the first question is, it is okay to make a racist joke at somebody if everybody laughs. Is that true or false? You're happy to move on?
Mm-hmm.
It is important to respect the cultural differences between people. Okay, this is a long one. So, organizations must resolve disputes related to discrimination within an organization. So, the Commission or Ombudsman can only be involved in disputes that occur outside work. You ready to move on? Yeah. So, it is against the law to pay an employee a lower salary due to their gender. Is that true or false? It is okay to ignore the application of a candidate because of their age. Okay. So that's our true or false section done. We're on to the section 2, which is the multiple choice question. So as I said, you select the correct answer by indicating the letter in the answer column. There's only going to be one correct answer to any of these questions, okay? There's going to be 4 questions, okay? So are you ready to start?
Mm-hmm.
So the Racial Discrimination Act of 1975 provides A guide to which immigrant applicants are acceptable in Australia, B, that radical discrimination is punishable by a term in prison, C, that radical discrimination is unlawful wherever it impairs a person's enjoyment of his or her human rights and fundamental freedoms, or D, a list of offensive terms that should not be used in the workplace. So take your time. Okay. Ready for the second one?
Yep.
Yep. So the Racial Hatred Act of 1995, it A forbids people from complaining about racially offensive or abusive behaviour unless it is in public. B aims to strike a balance between two valued rights, the right to communicate freely and the right to live freely from racial vilification. C lists reasons for hatred between nations. Or D forbids vilification between countries belonging to the British Commonwealth of Nations. Ready to move on?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so the Sex Discrimination Act of 1984 works to A. Promote equality between men and women. B. Ensure men and women have similar but not equal opportunities. C. Publicise sexual harassment issues. Or D. Improve family benefit payments. Okay. You ready for the final one? Yeah. Okay. Legislation that covers equal employment opportunity aims to make sure that A. All employees in organisations have to undergo EEO training. B. Australians are politically correct. C. People are not excluded from a workplace or job on the basis of the traits and characteristics they have. Or D. People are excluded from a workplace or job on the basis of the traits and characteristics they have. Okay, so you're happy with those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the final part of the assessment. So this is a case study, and it's going to be followed by 4 questions which you actually have